What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon NBA DFS video. It is Thursday edition. It is January 4th, and we are back with only a two-game slate. I'm not really sure why it's two games, but that's what we've got going on. So we're going to try things a little bit different. If you guys like the way this video goes, let me know down below, and maybe this will be the way we do it. Just depends on how you guys like it, and if it's more informative than, I guess, the other ways we do it. So if you've never been here before, welcome for the first time. If you've been here in the past, welcome back. Just real quick, if you like this video and you subscribe to our channel and you leave a comment, if we get at least 50 likes on a video and you leave a comment, you have a chance to win a free week of DFS content. That currently includes PGA, NBA, and NFL. If the video gets at least 100 likes, you have a chance to win a free month of DFS content. 125 likes is a chance to win a free year, and any of our videos ever get 150 or more likes, you leave a comment and you are a YouTube subscriber, you have a chance to win a lifetime pass, normally worth $499. Another way to do it, like the video, be a subscriber, and tell me who's going to score the most amount of fantasy points on this slate. Should be pretty easy today with only 4 teams. Tell me who's going to score the most amount of DraftKings fantasy points and how many points are they going to score. So if you get it closest without going over, you will win a free week of DFS content. If you get it exactly on the dot, you're going to win a free month of DFS content. So we're very excited. So good luck to everyone that is wanting to. If you like the video, if you click on the ads to help us out, that all helps us out. It goes all back into the channel, I promise you. So that being said, again, we have 2 games. We're going to look at it a little bit differently. We're going to look at the matchups. We're going to look at everything there is to offer there. So just kind of looking at matchups, and we've done this in the past, but we've got Bucks versus the Spurs. So this will be the Bucks' 3rd game in 4 days. We had a bet with Giannis on Wednesday that he would get 30 points. I think he had 26. So he did let us down. So it is a back-to-back for them. We've got this. They are a massive favorite, 456 favorite. And you can see they are the 2nd overall points per game. So they're scoring a ton of points per game, which is great. And then if you look at this, the defensive rating, you can see that the Spurs are giving up 120.3 points per game, so they rank 6th out of 32, and that just a little bit less than what the Bucks are scoring per game. So absolutely love this here. This is one where you'll kind of, maybe we can dig into the numbers a little bit, but how do these Bucks players perform on the second leg of a back-to-back? We will definitely look at that, especially since they played the Pacers Wednesday night, the high-paced game. Maybe they're tired. We'll have to see. And then we've got the Nuggets versus the Warriors. You can see that the Warriors actually scoring more points per game, but they are giving up, their defense is giving up more opponents' points per game too. So again, I think Jokic is going to obviously be in play, Giannis, and we'll kind of look at that for sure. So let's take a look at the matchups, digging in. So this could be great for sports betting. This is great for DFS. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at these 2 matchups. We're going to look at the head-to-heads. We're going to look at everything. And then we're going to go into the depth charts, and we're going to look at the players that make sense to use on a slate like this. Again, it's 2 games, obviously tournament only. Maybe take the day off, do something else. I don't know. Depending on when you watch this video, 11:45 a.m. Eastern or 11:45 a.m. Central, PGA kicks off for the first tournament of the year. The lineup's already out there, the cheat sheet's out there, the bacon station, it's already out there. It's ready to go. Go check out that content if you want to take a break from NBA. So we will take a look at this. You can see the Vegas numbers aren't in here yet, but they definitely will be. So we can look last 6 head-to-head between both Milwaukee and San Antonio. They're 3-3. So if we look at this, December 19th, so it didn't play too long ago. Milwaukee was a minus 1,600 money line favorite, and they ended up winning at 132 to 119. The spread was plus 16.5. The over-under was 249.5. So it's usually very high over-under for them. This one, it's 249.5 over-under there. So it's the same over-under as it is back in December. Then they played back in March. money line, same. Milwaukee, they were the favorite. They ended up winning by 40 almost. And then you can go back and forth, and you can see that the last 6 games, 3 under, and 3 have hit the over. 3 for Milwaukee, 3 for San Antonio. So it's up and down right now. So if we definitely look at this, we see that the Bucks currently are minus 456 money line. Depending on when you watch this, maybe this has changed a little bit. So you can also look at the last 10 results for both teams. So the Bucks' last 10 games, right here, lost against Indy January 1st, lost against Indy January 3rd. So back-to-back losses against, I don't know why they played back-to-back, but whatever. Back-to-back games. They were the money line favorite in that. They ended up losing both of those games. Then we can see that they beat Cleveland, they beat Brooklyn, which, I mean, they should. They were both money line favorites there, and they won it. They ended up losing to the Knicks one time. They were the favorite, and then they won when they were the favorite. So you can see kind of the trend that's going. Just kind of looking at this game, looking against San Antonio, it should be a high-scoring game, and we will definitely dig into how the Bucks players play on the second game of a back-to-back. And then kind of same thing with the Spurs. It's very hit or miss with the Spurs. They've lost 3 straight. Memphis, Boston, Portland. They lost the spread. They lost the money line. They have hit under the last 2 and then over against Portland. So up and down. And it'll depend on what Spurs players are in there. Obviously, Wembanyama is the big name there, and we'll dig into that as well. So then we look at Warriors versus the Nuggets. This is in Denver. Currently, right now, Denver's a money line favorite, 145. Spread is only 2.5, so it should be a close game. Over under is a 234.5. Nuggets are slightly favored to win against Golden State in what is projected to be 118.5 Denver to 116 Golden State game result. So again, these are projections. These will change and move there. So implied team totals, 118.5 to 116. Their last 6 games they've played. Denver has won the 5 of the last 6. Denver won the last game. They're a 325 money line favorite. They won that game by 6. The spread was 7.5, so Golden State did cover the spread. It did go under. The time before that, back in November, Denver won by 3. So they've been very close games when they've played, but Denver's won 5 of 6. So you can see they've also gone under 4 of the last 6 times as well. With this being an over/under of 234.5, we could definitely be looking at this betting wise. Could take advantage of this as well. And then, as you can see, Denver, they've been really good the last 10 games. They're 8-2. They did lose against OKC. I mean, they lost pretty handily against OKC, and they were a slight money line favorite of 120. And then they lost against OKC again. So OKC's been absolutely on fire. That's helped out Denver immensely. Every other team except for OKC. And then we look at the Warriors. They won against Orlando their last game by 6. They lost the 2 prior to that. They're both favorites. Their last 2 games have gone over. It just depends on, and I will admit we did use Golden State 2 nights ago, and they really let us down. We used Steph. We used Chris Paul, who very, very slow. We used the center. We did not use Clay, I don't believe. So just kind of an idea of if you're betting, whether or not you're doing money lines, whether or not you're doing props. Hopefully this maybe helped out a little bit. So that being said, let's take a look at Milwaukee players who are playing on a second leg of a back-to-back. So Giannis, 26 actual points on the slate for Wednesday. But I want to see how many actual fantasy points he ended up getting against the Pacers. It is a very good Pacers team. So he had 58.25 fantasy points, which wasn't enough for his price. Again, he's $12,000. He's very expensive. And Just didn't have it on a first leg of a back-to-back. But again, like I said, this will be their third game in 4 days, so definitely something to maybe think about when he's playing. Just kind of looking the last time they played the Spurs back on December 19th, 61.5 fantasy points. Not too bad there. We can look at that. And then is that the last? Yeah, so taking a look, we can see it's been a minute since they've played 2 games on back-to-back nights. Or have they not? 17-18. So didn't do much here. Played 28 minutes against Charlotte. 39.5, but they were up so big they sat him 130-99. And then the next day, the second day, 75.75. Again, he didn't play the whole game. He was rested. And in this game, he ended up playing 36 minutes on Wednesday night. So this is definitely one where recency bias would say he has looked good on the second game of a back-to-back. But be careful because he didn't play very many minutes in the first one. So we can look at Damian Lillard, who 39 fantasy points, 23 actual points in the game. The game log-wise, I mean, he's getting the minutes. He's going to be in there. He's going to be playing, especially since this could be a closer game. And then, yeah, so definitely you got to get a little creative, though, looking at 2 games, 4 teams, players that are here. You know, everyone's going to be on Giannis. Everyone's going to be on Jokic. I mean, they're going to be on the main guys. This feels like one where you can pay up for maybe 2 big names and then dumpster dive a little bit to find the value here. So, obviously, looking at Milwaukee, I would look at Antetokounmpo. I would look at Lillard. I would look at Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis. Beasley, he's getting the minute. Well, lately he's getting the minutes. Hasn't really done much with them. Let's see if he played 11.75 fantasy points, 8 actual points, and he played 23 minutes on Tuesday. I don't know if I would feel confident with him. A tournament, again, you got to get a little creative. It's a tournament day with 2 games. So Beasley I'm okay with. Pat Connaughton, the minutes are there. The production is not there as much as I would like. But again, he's 4,300. He allows you to pay up at other positions. Let's say he gets you 5 times value, doesn't get you that 6 or 7 times value. We can change up a little bit. So that's kind of what we're looking at. I don't think I'd go any lower than Pat Connaughton looking at Milwaukee, though. Look at San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama, obviously, we're paying up for him. Game log-wise, 8,300. So if you don't know, if you're playing cash games, you're looking for at least 6 to 6.5 times value. On a slate like today, if you're looking for you're playing tournaments, what you're looking for are about 7 times value and up. So obviously 7.5, 8, 8.5, all the way to 10 times value. That's kind of what you're looking for. So the bar is about 7.5 times value, give or take, if you want to take down a tournament or get in the cash. So how to calculate that, and I need to get a chart up, which I know I've been saying I'm going to do for a long time. Hopefully will do it soon. But with this, you would take his 8,300 salary times 7.5, or I guess 8 if you want to round it, whatever you want to do. So just instance, let's do 7.5. He needs to score at least 62.3 fantasy points to get that 7.5 value. He hasn't hit it since December 13th against the Lakers. Played 32 minutes in that game, 68.25. So it's kind of what we're looking for. He has done it before. Trying to see last time they played Milwaukee, how did he end up? Or did he not play? Is that when he was hurt? December. Yeah. So he didn't play that game. So just kind of looking at the matchup. Yeah, you can definitely see it depends on what you're looking for, but he's got a good matchup here, 17th overall opponent rank against the team. So Wembanyama makes sense. Keldon Johnson I'm okay with. Devin Vassell I'm okay with. Jeremy Sokin I'm okay with. Trey Jones. Tournament-wise, definitely everyone is in play for tournaments. 25, you're looking about 20, averaging about 23, 25 minutes per game. But again, field goal 1 of 6. Just didn't have it his last game against Memphis. It was 5,300 there, got 15 fantasy points. So back-to-back dud games. But looking at this, the last time they played Milwaukee, he was 4,700 and he got 23.75. Not bad. Again, cheap price-wise, I'm okay with it. You got to get creative on a slate like this. Malachi Branham, so we used him 2 nights ago. He ended up getting hurt. He's doubtful for this game, so that could actually open up some value here. So Branham here at point guard definitely could give more of a run to Trey Jones. I'm okay with that. That's probably Devin Vassal's here, but Trey Jones, if Branham is out, which it sounds like he's going to be, Trey Jones I'm completely okay with there. People are like, I've had people, what about Chetty Osman? The minutes, he's not really giving much. So basically, I'm looking at Trey Jones and up for San Antonio in this game. I think this could be if this game actually stays close, I love some value to open up, especially if you don't feel confident with going Giannis. So basically, if you're going between Giannis and Jokic today, and you only want to pay it for one dude, I think it's Jokic in this one. And again, he's 11,600 game log wise. It's the most expensive he's been since December 14th, which is kind of wild to me. But again, we look at this going up against Golden State, trying to see, they played on Christmas. He only put up 55.5 fantasy points there, 39 minutes, so kind of had a bad day in his standards there. And then trying to see if they played Golden State at all. Other than that, they played back on November 8th, went off for 67.25, so he's had good games against them. Just the last game on Christmas wasn't as good. But yeah, if I'm paying up for one, 11,600 for him, save 400, yeah, I would definitely look at Jokic there. Jamal Murray makes sense. Michael Porter I'm okay with. KCP, problem is he's 5,000. He is playing the minutes. He's not getting the fantasy points. It's been a minute since he got, on Christmas against Golden State, he actually, so that could be in store. He's $400 more than he was at Christmas, but I'm okay with him here. I don't mind him, KCP here for a cheap option, if he's going to draw the start, if he's going to get those minutes. You've got Peyton Watson. The minutes aren't the best, but he's hitting value here. He's hitting 25.5. But the thing is, against Golden State, he played 21 minutes on Christmas, 6 fantasy points. That's definitely something to look at. I think he's going to be a bench player, but again, 4,900, pay down a little bit for some players there. Reggie Jackson's questionable, but he is probable. Game log wise, I don't know if I trust him enough. He's not even getting the minutes. His last game against Charlotte, only 17 minutes, but got 29 fantasy points. And that was 4,700. So just kind of looking, he 4.5 fantasy points, 15 minutes against Golden State. Probably not going to lean on Reggie Jackson here. Christian Braun, minutes are there. Tournament-wise, only 8 fantasy points against Golden State the last game. Maybe tournament I'm okay with. Don't love. DeAndre Jordan, minutes, not much going on. He's doing a little bit here. Did not play against them against Christmas. Even with Jokic not playing the full amount, he didn't play in that game. I don't mind Jordan as a very cheap option at 3,900. He's got to get at least 20 minutes, so that's the problem. So I'm wondering if Najee here is the one that got the minutes Christmas Day. So 5 minutes, not much. He wouldn't be one I'd use. So it's basically DeAndre Jordan and up. DeAndre Jordan and Braun are both tournament options. Reggie Jackson probably off of him. And KCP is probably one I'd pay for at 5,000. And then finally, Golden State players let us down the other day. We had Steph Curry. He's the only one that let us helped, I should say. He's up and down this year too. That's what's crazy. Against Denver this last game on Christmas, 30.5 fantasy points, not enough at his price. That's the problem. But he did just go off for 36 actual points. His shooting was on 4 of 9 3. So he's chucking it up there. We know he's going to be chucking it up there, trying to be a splash brother like it's 2018. I don't know when that like actual big run was of them. We did have Chris Paul the other day. 30 minutes played, 21.5 fantasy points. Absolutely nothing. After coming through with 44.5 the day before, or the game before, did not come through for us. Against Denver, his last game, 6,000 price, 22.25. I'm probably off Chris Paul today. Don't want much to do with CP3. Podziemski here, Brandon. Against Denver, actually went off against Denver. Played 34 minutes, 43.75 fantasy points there, 5,500 there. He has 6,100 here, but if he could still get the 43 fantasy points there, fantastic option for him. And I think a lot of people would be off of him. I think I'd rather pay for him than I would CP3. Yeah, if it's between those two, I'm taking Brandon. You got Klay Thompson, really let us down. He's been very just inconsistent this year. Played Denver Christmas, 22 fantasy points, so not much going on. Probably not using him. Trace Jackson let us down the other day. 22.5 fantasy points, not enough. He's gone from 4,600 to 5,700 on this slate. The game against Denver on Christmas, 13.25. I'm off of him as well. I'd rather have Jokic here as my center. Obviously, Draymond Green is out. Jonathan Kuminga is another one. Came through for us the other night. Value play there. He was 5,000. He's 5,300 now. Against Denver, his last game, 5,600, 21.75. So he is coming off back-to-back 30-plus fantasy point games. I don't mind Jonathan Kuminga here at power forward. Wiggins, I probably don't want to pay for Wiggins. Dario Saric here. He also hasn't done much. Not a bad game against Denver in 20 minutes, 23.25 at 4,500. Tournament-wise, I'm okay with. I'm probably not going to go with Wiggins. I'd rather use Saric here and save money. Kevin Looney's another one that I don't know what to expect out of him. We're getting inconsistent minutes, but he's kind of producing a little bit. Tournament-wise, Kevin Looney, I'm okay with. Probably not going to have much. If you're one that plays like 20 lineups, Kevin Looney could make it in there. I don't know by how much. And that's basically as far down as I'm going. Obviously, Moody, Moses Moody, the minutes, it's 13, then it's 3. Like, honestly, if he could, like, he played on Christmas, played 3 minutes against Denver, did register nothing. Just basically running up and down the court. Could be another one like that. He also could go for 10 times value. Had 18.75 his last game against Miami. But again, I don't know. Yeah, he barely touched the floor. Probably not going to get much run in this game. Probably off of Moses Moody. So it's basically Saric and up is what I would look at in this game. So there you have it. There's the breakdown of the players in each position. If you want to see the rest, go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. We have the article, or we have all the top plays, which are both Fanduel, DraftKings, DVP, and implied team totals. We have the player projections. We have simulations. We've got our cheat sheet, which today will be probably 4 or 5 plays at each position for tournament only. Then we'll have optimal lineups to mix and match with. We'll have a ton of stuff over there. So if you've had questions about what we have going on, check that out. Check our Discord channel out as well. So Discord will be down below. All the links will be down below as well. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's make today even better. So good luck on this weird 2-game Thursday slate. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace!